Hello out there, you're watching Everything You Need to Know About Mage Knight board game. This is part 22 and we're just finishing up everything about the First Reconnaissance. If you've watched everything up to now, you know how to do the first training mission. In fact, you can even teach other people how to do it. You're going to take turns choosing a Mage Knight and starting them out in the magic portal, and then you're going to take your turns in order after you've decided your tactics and got your turns on the round order there. Making sure not to stay on the magic portal. And also remember that you can't go to a space where another player's occupied it, because that would be considered player versus player combat, and we agreed not to do that this time. The only thing that comes in the box that I didn't show you are these city miniatures, and these things are Mage Knight all the way. These have little click bases, so you can click the bases here and you see what level it is. For example, this red city is level 4. If I were to assault this city, I would have to fight 2 of those violet mage garrisons and a monster. This white city is level 5. I would have to fight 2 city garrisons and a keep garrison. And you can click these, which I can't really do with one hand, but you could click these and get them to different levels. Oh, there we go. I just clicked that, and now it's level 3, where you have to fight 2 city garrisons. If you're a wimp, that is. These would go on the map on a core tile that you explore that have their spot on there. For example, let's say we explore this tile, we find the green city. This would go in its place on the map. We'd find the green city figurine, turn it to the appropriate level, which was agreed upon before, and put it here. Then we would refer to the green city card. All the enemies we would fight in the green city, if they had physical attack, they would also have a poisonous attack. So that's like one little feature that gets added. If you were to assault the white city, every enemy you fought would have its armor increased by 1. If you fought in the red city, every enemy that had physical attack would also get brutal. And every enemy in the blue city would get 2 added if it had ice or fire attack, and 1 point added if it had cold fire attack. Ouch. However, if you were able to visit the city later, in the green city you could spend 6 influence to take any advanced action from the advanced action offer, or to blindly draw the top card from the advanced action deck. If you visit the blue city, you can buy any spell for 7 influence plus a mana of the same color, just like when you go to a mage tower. If you visit the white city, you can spend 2 influence to add an elite unit to the unit offer. You can also recruit any unit, regardless of where it could be recruited. Village, monastery, mage tower, keep, city, doesn't matter. In the red city, you'd be able to spend 12 influence to buy an artifact. So that's really cool. After you've completed the first reconnaissance, by the way, you do get bonuses. You have achievement bonuses. That's why we put those shield tokens on the map. Everybody separates their deck into various cards, and they count up how many of each they have. For every spell you have, you get 2 fame. For every advanced action, you get 1 fame. The person that gets the most fame by this is said to be the person with the greatest knowledge, and they get +3 fame. If there's a tie, the people tied get +1, unless nobody has any of those cards. People count up how many artifacts they have. You get 2 fame per artifact, and you get 1 fame for every 2 crystals in your inventory. The person who has the most points this way is said to have the greatest loot, and they get an extra 3 fame. And there's 1 point of fame for each person if they're tied. The greatest leader, we add up the levels, not the number of units, the levels of units. And if any of them are wounded, you divide it in half and round down. And you get fame for how many points or how many levels your units are worth. Person with the most fame this way gets +3. If there's a tie, they get +1. The greatest conqueror, you get 2 points of fame for each monastery you burn down, every keep that you've conquered, every mage tower you conquered. 2 points of fame for each of that is the greatest conqueror. The greatest conqueror is the person that gets +3 fame for getting the most points that way. The greatest adventurer, that would be every monster den, every dungeon, every tomb, every ancient ruin, every spawning ground that you go to. You get 2 points of fame for each of those, if you have a shield token on the map for those. The person who's got the most fame for that gets 3 points of fame for being the greatest adventurer. In the event of a tie, 1 point each. And finally, the greatest beating. You deduct 2 points of fame. You go down the fame track 2 points for each wound in your hand. And the person that lost the most fame this way loses another 3 points for taking the greatest beating. In the event of a tie, it's -1. that, my friends, is everything you need to know about playing the First Reconnaissance. That will get you started. There are full rules to study later on, and we'll go through those in the next video. But that's enough right now to get you started on the training scenario. Best of luck conquering Atlantia. Remember to keep your reputation high, stay on everybody's good side, and stay out of trouble. Have fun exploring and conquering, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching all 22 of these videos of everything you need to know about Mage Knight board game. Later we'll go through the rules, we'll go through various scenarios that you can encounter after you've done the first one, and we'll look at the expansions for the game as well. Much more to cover, but this is definitely a good stopping point for getting you going on training. Best of luck to you going forward. Until next time, GLHF, good luck, have fun.